Greetings, viewers! Night here, checking out the common room for Ravenclaw House. According to Pottermore, I apparently meet the requirements to be sorted into the house, known for producing the sharpest minds in the wizarding world. If you can't tell, I'm a fan of Harry Potter. I've read the books, watched the movies, and even collected the casting stones when they were a thing. I am also subscribed to a few channels that talk about Harry Potter, including today's target, the Super Carlin brothers. Specifically, I'll be covering the video Ben Carlin made back in September of 2017, where he talked about how the Triwizard Cup was used as a portkey in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. But Jay, this is an old video. Why are you covering it now? You might ask me. Well, let me be clear. Back when this video was brand spanking new, I thought it might be fun if I could spark a debate on the subject. But when I rewatched the video earlier this year, I realized that there wasn't much that would justify me doing a full commentary on it. However, I did catch something I felt might make good material for a one-shot.
So, how do you kill Harry without anybody finding out that he's dead, and also not letting anyone know that you have returned? Only there was a way in the wizarding world to look like someone else. Oh yeah, wait. The exact thing that your secret agent has been using all year to great effect. It's perfect, really. Nobody can see what's happening inside the maze because it's the worst spectator sport ever, and there's no time limit, so it doesn't matter how long it takes. Harry goes into the maze, touches the cup, gets murdered, someone takes a piece of his hair, returns to the front of the Triwizard Tournament exactly where it's supposed to end, looking exactly like Harry. And Nagini gets to enjoy a nice dinner, which actually sounds kind of delightful. Or morbid, maybe? I always get those confused. Now, Moraniel thinks that Voldemort himself would come back as Harry, and this is where we start to disagree. We don't think Voldemort quite wants to enter the fray yet. I mean, after all, he just got converted from being like a weird infant slug thing. Plus, there's no way that he could fool Ron, Hermione, and Dumbledore as a fake Harry, but you know who might be able to? The guy who literally lived with Ron, Harry, and Hermione as a rat for 3 years. Peter Pettigrew. Not only is he the best person for the job, but he is actually the one person that Voldemort absolutely knows is going to be in the graveyard with him and is one of his most trusted servants. And that is what I believe is Voldemort's true and complete plan, for Harry to absolutely arrive at the graveyard through the cup so that he is able to kill him and then return as an imposter and get whatever information or possibly even kill Dumbledore.
An interesting theory, no doubt. There's just one flaw with it. Peter Pettigrew wasn't a trusted servant of Lord Voldemort. Hell, he wasn't even that respected among the Death Eaters, considering they all pretty much treated him as their personal toady. Peter sought out Voldemort after his old friends Remus Lupin and Sirius Black discovered he had faked his death for years and years after betraying the Potters, and felt that if he were somehow useful to Voldemort, the Dark Lord would protect him from his former friends and fellow Death Eaters. And Voldemort knew it.
I can always tell, Wormtail. You're regretting you ever returned to me. I revolt you. I see you flinch when you look at me. Shudder when you touch me. Your loyalty is nothing more than cowardice. You would not be here if you had anywhere else to go.
Not only did Voldemort despise Peter for his cowardice, he threatened to feed him to his pet snake Nagini for being careless enough to allow Barty Crouch Sr. to escape them during the events of Goblet of Fire, and only spared his whimpering toady because a disguised Barty Crouch Jr. had managed to kill his father after incapacitating the only witness. Now, yes, one could argue that Voldemort rewarded Wormtail with a new silver hand to replace the one Wormtail sacrificed to restore his master to a new body, but then Voldemort said this.
May your loyalty never waver again, Wormtail.
And it did. Remember when I said that Peter had been discovered to have faked his death by his old friends? Well, those friends were pretty much ready to kill Peter for having sold out James Dudley Potter, but then Harry stepped forward and pleaded with them to spare his life. Dumbledore even said that Peter owed Harry a life debt. At first I assumed that this was just a throwaway line, but during the events of the Deathly Hallows, when Peter has confronted Harry and Ron in the basement of Malfoy Manor, Pettigrew pretty much has the Harry in a death grip with his silver hand, choking him out. Harry is just able to remind Peter that he spared his life years ago, and for just a split second, Pettigrew loosens his hold. That second is all the hand needed to turn around and choke Pettigrew to death instead, no matter how hard Ron and Harry tried to stop it. It isn't that hard to speculate that Voldemort enchanted the hand to kill Pettigrew but sensed his loyalty weakened in some way. So no, Voldemort most certainly did not trust Wormtail by a long shot. And now that I think of it, during the time Pettigrew spent as the rat Scabbers, was it implied that Pettigrew paid attention to anything other than food and his own safety? I'm not entirely convinced he could pull off a good Harry impression, even if he'd agreed to do it. Plus, you repeatedly have to take Polyjuice Potion, or the disguise will fade away. Remember, Crouch Jr. got so excited on the eve of the final trial that he forgot to take the potion that allowed him to masquerade as Mad-Eye Moody. The only real way I could see this working is if Snape were to keep an eye on Peter, masquerading as Harry, and giving him a new dose of Polyjuice Potion whenever he needed it. But like I said, appearances can only fool you for so long. And I'm pretty sure that Peter would have slipped up somehow. I understand that it's been over a year since you made this video, Ben, but rewatching it made me think that you'd forgotten the exact relationship between Wormtail and Lord Voldemort. If you did realize this oversight, then I'm glad, and I hope you won't see this as an attack against you, since like I said at the start, I do like the videos you and your brother put out. With that said, this is Night I Die, saying thanks for watching, and please share your thoughts with me.